Welcome, man. I'm out of water, guys, so I couldn't get me a swallow of water on the intro. But welcome back to the channel, man. What is going on? Real quick. Guys, today's Sunday. Y'all know we typically do a live stream on Thursdays and Sundays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Now, today it's no exception. Right. It's typical Sunday, right? No holiday, none of that. Just a typical Sunday, July the 9th. Man, it seemed like July 4th just passed, right? What's going on, Jose Rodriguez? We have a special guest tonight, guys. We're not going to waste much time because who knows how much time we take. Little thing on this guy, Jason. I'm meeting this guy just like y'all for the first time. As far as, talking with him from a video standpoint. Now, I will say this. Y'all know I upload a lot of videos, right? A lot of freaking videos. A lot, whole bunch of videos. So there was this one guy that will always comment on the video with additive information on top of what I was giving, right? So I'm like, damn, who is this guy? Like, pretty nice guy, all right? I'm like, he don't have to do that, but he do it. And, over the months, maybe, I'm like, this is one cool dude because, like I say, he will add on top of what I'm saying. And in the event I'm wrong or there's some questionable things, he would respectfully add to it and correct. Okay, guys, I don't know everything. I'll be the first to tell you that. I am always open for suggestions or either debate that will change my opinion on something. Okay, it's just when you do it in a respectful manner, I'm game. You can't get on here and call me a scam and then expect me to be okay. Maybe you're right. I am a scam. Blah blah blah. Yeah, if you respectfully come at me with a decent debate, let's talk about it. Maybe I was wrong, man. You got a point there. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And that's what this guy do. He respectfully challenge you. He respectfully disagrees with you. He respectfully add more things to on top of what you're saying already. Okay, because there's a lot of times I leave stuff out. All right, so that's all I know about the dude. That besides his name. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get him to pronounce his name right. I might have been saying it wrong. Jason Pocaro. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, he's sitting in the room. So what I'm gonna do first is bring him out. We're gonna do a mic check. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. And we're going to get on into some topics. We're going to let the conversation go where it go. Okay, like I say, this dude been in the game 30 years experience. I'm all ears myself, So if y'all interested in getting in the game, you might want to listen. Let me recognize this dude before we get started. The maintenance man. Yo, dude, glad to see you doing well. Your content. The maintenance man. But from the days with the guy with the work at Ford. Oh my goodness, what's up, dude? Yes, man. You remember me, you, Caper, we was all came up around that time. Yes, I can't think of the guy that led the pack with us. He brought us all up on the chart, but thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yes, the maintenance man. I remember you well, man. That is what's up. Thanks for stopping by, jumping in, whatever you feel like doing, man. You always welcome to this channel. And by the way, appreciate the donation, guys. The donation always go back into the channel, so we can do other things with the channel. It's to help the channel grow. So anytime somebody's willing to donate, I appreciate it. And this guy here, the maintenance man, he has a channel, guys. So y'all go check my man out. I think he's still YouTubing. It's been a minute since we caught up. We got to catch up. All right. But yeah, appreciate that, maintenance man. So, guys, without further ado, let me bring on my special guest. Again, I need a mic check. Whoever at the bottom, the last person said something was the maintenance man, Turbo Tom. So, let me bring on, without further ado, Jason Pocaro, man. Jason, what's going on, man? Can you hear me,
How
Jason?
you doing? Can you hear me, JT?
Yes, I can hear you. Can y'all hear Jason? Somebody at the comment, Turbo Tom was the last one that commented. Turbo Tom, what you doing, man? Can y'all hear me and my man? Give us a mic check, Jason.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, JT.
Coming in nice and firm with me. All right, Mr. Jason. Okay, what is going on? First thing first, man. You seem to be the strange mystery, man. So We're gonna have to get you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, because only people know you is maybe me and Fluffy Mexicanic and a couple other guys that channels you frequent. I mean, personally, I want to go on record for thanking you for frequenting my channel. Okay, I don't know if you heard that intro of me talking about the added information, the added this, the respectful debates, the blah blah this, blah blah that. Yes, I personally want to say thank you. Yeah, I'm a humble dude, and I appreciate when you add to whatever it is I'm speaking about. Now, tell us a little bit more about Jason Pocaro.
This is a very interesting time right now with everything going towards electric and away from petroleum. So it's difficult. It's a commitment, and a lot of people need to know what they're getting into if they decide this as a career.
Yeah, you talking about, yeah, as far as working on cars and things like that. What do you see the industry headed, man? As far as I mean, right now we still dealing with gasoline combustion engine. Do you see that in the near future, or what do you think?
It's going to have to be phased out at some point in the near future, but we're either going to go electric or possibly even hydrogen. Hydrogen seems like a distinct possibility right now.
Yeah, that's Toyota pushing the hydrogen stuff, and predominantly, yeah, I think from what I heard, Toyota's resisting the typical electrical transfer. Right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, but also heavy industrial is going to go hydrogen because battery packs just can't handle the hydraulics. It's
Oh wow,
impossible.
wow. So as far as a mechanic go, if he wanted to get in right now, what do you think he gonna be up against? Because this is crazy, man.
It depends if you want to be a mechanic or a technician because there's a distinct difference between the two.
Touch on that a little bit more, my friend. Yeah, let me get you to elaborate a
Well,
little bit more on
mechanic
that. Go
well,
ahead.
mechanic basically knows the systems in a generalized way, but a technician is more of like a Sherlock Holmes type where you have a deep rooted problem and it's going to take a lot in order to figure out and fix it properly.
Yeah, yeah, we get that. But we in the shop or in the dealership, we I guess we label that level 1 and level 3. Level 3 being a tech and level 1 being a mechanic. But in all honesty, the level 1 is trying to become a technician. And
Well, my gray hair might give it away, but I was Chrysler certified in 1990, so it's been a minute since I've been Chrysler AAA certified. It's been a long time.
oh wow, you was around in the A604 days and things like that. 41 TE, the 3-liter MMC engines and all that.
Yeah, and the minivans. Yeah, and the caravans and the Grand Caravans. Yeah,
Yes,
I had a hand in
yes.
that.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Because that Grand Caravan done in 2020. I mean, the Chrysler Town and Country, as we know it, was done in 2017 because the Pacifica showed
Town
up.
and Country. They renamed it. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Town and Country. Yeah, they got rid of
There seems to
that
be a lot of
in
problems with the
2017.
Jeeps and the Liberties lately, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man. Nothing is bulletproof. I don't care if it's brand new off the truck. Okay, a lot of Jason, you'd be surprised how much footage I do not air. I do not show. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, some things I don't want brought into the light. Okay, I don't want to be the one that will affect sales from no standpoint. So a lot of things I keep to myself. I got so much camera footage of
Well, speaking of
stuff
sales, I
I
mean,
would. Hmm?
yeah, we're talking dealership, chain stores, independent. I mean, you and I have both been dealership uh, type of situation, but the chain stores they don't offer free training generally. I mean, they can depending if it's one of the major chain stores, but they shy away from a lot of the warranty work that you're going to see at a dealership.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't see an exit strategy me myself unless my health start deteriorating. That's the only way I'm gonna get out. But I guess I'm in it for a little while longer. But I'm just gonna be interesting to see where it takes us. It's, like we talked about earlier, I don't see an immediate change. Right now, we're seeing hybrid stuff come in here and there. What, you know anything about that, or this on your radar?
Ford wants $250,000 from every dealer in order to be EV certified.
Oh my goodness, is that attainable? Is that doable?
You're going to lose your standing as a service center for EVs with
Oh wow. So
without
it's
it.
it's one of those things where you might as well jump on board. Mm.
If you're big enough, here in Cleveland, we have what's called the Bedford Auto Mile, which is a mile crisscross in every direction of every dealer pretty much under the sun.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So, as far as hybrid, can you elaborate on the different hybrid is where you can burn fuel, gasoline, as well as switch over to electric, right?
Correct. And you could also run what's called E85, which is the high ethanol content.
So, what's predominantly at the gas stations? Just, I mean, do you have those options at the typical Shell's gas station? You pull up, all I see is 89, 91, 93. You know what I'm saying? So,
It would have to be a major brand, BP, Sheets, or even Pilot. It have to be a major corporation to have E85, not your
oh,
local mom and pop gas station or one of the cheap gas stations like Race Fuel or just a local Sunoco. They're not going to have E85.
oh, okay. Do you put a lot of thinking into fuel? What fuel you burn? Do you have a specific like only gas station I go to is blah 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 blah? And any reason why?
Yeah, I mean, I have one on my way to work that I frequent often, and I use Plus. It's a high mileage, older vehicle, 99, my Ranger. My Honda's a 2000, but it's a 4-cylinder. It'll burn anything, but it'll knock. So I try to stay away
Oh,
from regular.
smart not.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. So you got to use some higher octane fuel.
You bad. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting, man. I'm not one of those fanatics that it really matters. Okay, I just pull into the gas station. There are some fanatics out there. I only burn BP, Tech Run. So, it is what it is. But
There is a significant difference if you were to do a fuel sample. It's mainly how many additives are in it, cleaners,
yeah,
but it's really. I mean, what you want to get out of it? I mean, if you're going to use cheap gas, you're going to have a excessive carbon buildup on the plugs at a very quicker rate than normal.
all right. Are you talking about carbon buildup on the intake valves?
Everything.
Well, that's how BP got his name. That's how BP started selling a lot. Techron supposedly get in there on top of the valves and clean them up. But now with the invention of what is it when the injectors spit on top of the cylinders instead of the oh my goodness
GDI,
direct fuel injection as opposed to in other words
direct injection.
Right, that's becoming less of a problem because of the new systems that's put in place. We got some new stuff down the pipeline. We got some new stuff out now that use that system. I got to get some more training on this stuff because it's hard to keep all of this stuff. How do you stay up to date, man? You train or what do you do?
Basically trial by fire. I mean, we get something in the shop that no one's ever seen before. They throw it at me.
Oh,
I might diagnose it and throw it at one of the other guys, but if they can't handle it, like that 3-liter supercharged Jaguar, it's all mine. I own it.
my
Until it's
goodness.
done.
So you an independent shop, which means anything come in the door, y'all work on.
2 shops. I have a specialty shop that we do front ends alignments. In a specialty that's kind of uptown, and then I have a pretty much anything goes shop that I'm at 4 days a week that I do major engine repairs and major overhauls.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you that dude. You definitely that dude. Man, I'm Jason. If I pull a car in my shop and it's not a Dodge or a Chrysler, I'm like, where am I? I'm in zombie land. Okay. What do you think about specializing? You against it, or you recommend a new mechanic come up, try to learn every car a little bit about the generalized car?
I mean, that's the same as far as dealership, chain store, independent. I mean, it depends on your safety net. If you feel uncomfortable with the randomness of an independent shop, you might want to go to a chain store. But if
Yes.
you don't like how chain stores treat you, might want to go to the dealer and get the free training out of the dealer until you feel more confident, and then work your way up the chain.
Yeah, I get that question all the time. Do you think I should go?
Chain, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I get that all the time. Do you think I should go work at a dealership or the independent? So I can imagine, and I'm not an independent guy, but I can imagine it drives their toolbox crazy because again, they're working on anything, anything that come in the shop. So You don't have the advantage of keeping a tool set aside you can do tests on. Like me, I can pull out a test tip 'em any day of the week and plug it in and see if that fixed the car. Not so with at an independent shop. You're working on something different every day, and that would drive me crazy. Uh, so yeah. Oh, it was something else I wanted to touch on. I can't remember, but
Please
you
don't
see,
tell my wife the amount of tools I have. I could have bought a new house with it.
Jason, come on, man. What tool? What's your go-to tools? As far, if the three trucks pull in your lot, which one you favor more than the other?
Matco generally.
Echo, man.
Yeah, the Matco man, but the Snap-on's got things, um, just weird things the other two might not. I've got an independent guy that comes in that has a little bit of everything, and then I also have the Mac man. So I have
Mac,
four tool. I have four tool men.
Mac still come around. I haven't seen a Mac in I don't know how long, man. He got out of business last one we had. I didn't know they were still.
Yeah, yeah, Mac still around.
Okay. In that area, if you got 4-2 guys, that means that's that area booming. Is it safe to say automotive industry booming? You know, you got enough work to keep 4-2 truck guys in business. That means that industry is thriving. Is that safe to say?
I barely eat lunch on a daily basis. I'm basically on my feet from 9 a.m. until
Wow.
minimum 5 p.m. daily.
Wow, man. That is what's up. That is what's up. Baha, thank God someone else saying there's a difference between mechanic and technician. Do the technician have to be certified? You think ASE? What you think about that?
Well, I went to automotive classes in my high school in New Jersey, and I also worked part time at an Exxon station that did repairs. So when I went here to Cleveland OTC, they accepted that as a preliminary training in order to get my trade school training. And so I'm a registered master tech as of 1994. Yeah, 1994 was when I was registered master tech, and that includes diesel and turbo
Oh, wow.
superchargers.
Man, that is one
Yeah.
thing I steer clear of diesel. There's no way around it if you sell it, of course. Ram dive into the
No, I
diesel.
used to drive a semi truck for a few
Okay.
years over the road, and the company could never figure out why I never broke down.
CDL, they take a special driver license to drive them things, don't
Correct. Yes, doubles, triples, air brakes. I had containers. I had everything but hazmat. Every state but Alaska, Hawaii, and Florida.
oh, okay. So do you? I mean, I mentioned ASE. Do y'all? That's something y'all push y'all technicians to have, or
No, that's more of a competency thing. Like, are you a competent either mechanic or technician could take their ASEs?
yeah.
Dealerships almost require them nowadays, or at least you have to be internally certified. But that's dealer for dealer for dealer, so it's random. I mean, you could have an ASE and they might not accept it, but
Oh,
chain stores definitely accept ASEs. Midas, Firestone, NTB, they will gladly accept you if you have even two ASEs, mainly steering, suspension, and brakes.
okay. Have you ever heard of Willard Chrysler dealer out there in Ohio?
Willard,
Yeah,
that's not terribly far. I think that's about 45
yeah. This my buddy Tom said he
minutes. Willard,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
that's
at
not terribly far.
Willard Chrysler
I'm on the
dealer.
east side of Cleveland at 271, so you can get to anywhere in the city within about half hour
Oh,
from where I'm located.
hybrid is the answer for a while. What do you mean by that, Jose? I'm curious what Jose mean by that. For a while, what
Well,
is that?
because when you're sitting at a stoplight, you're not idling, so the hybrid system takes over, and you're not using any gas at all. You're not even using any electric other than maybe the fan motor and your brake lights, and then whatever stereo if you have it engaged, maybe your wiper blades maximum. I mean, you're not drawing more than maybe 15 amps in
Huh.
total.
Well, what if it's hot? You got the windows up. Do the AC cut off along with that?
The fan will ramp down, and the AC core won't have a charge anymore because the compressor is not spinning. But there are
Uh,
some AC systems that have an actual motor on them, electric motor that'll keep them running even though the car is not moving.
even though the car is not. That's the same with the system. I don't know if you're familiar with the start stop system.
Yes.
That was a lot of the complaints when a customer come to a stop, the car shut off along with the AC compressor.
Yeah, that's a big complaint on a lot of the journeys and the Cherokees, Grand Cherokees, I
Yeah.
believe, where the fan will warm up. It'll start blowing warm air at your face.
Yeah, because it's not running, and a lot of people trying to find illegal ways to disable that thing. You can't. That's. I'm not a big fan of trying to disable something when all you got to do is take your index finger and push the button so it won't. You know, so stop start would be disabled. So that's
Yeah,
one.
yeah. The A semicircle button on the dash
Right,
before your
right.
initial start will
Yeah,
just disable that system
disable it.
entirely.
What do you think about they was right along that's one of the things that has came out over the years. That's it's not new anymore. One of the things they predicted the start stop system would do was kill starters. Oh, y'all gonna be replacing starters left and right. Jason, I haven't replaced not one starter. Okay.
Um, I've replaced a couple, but
Have you?
mainly the auxiliary battery fails faster than anything. It's that
Yes.
auxiliary battery takes a beating.
Yes. Yes. I give you that one. But as far as the prediction that was out when the system came out, starter, I have yet to replace not a one.
Well, a lot of those starters are reduction starters, so they can take a much better beating than a direct starter that just has the solenoid direct
Oh,
drive.
I never gave that much thought. That's interesting.
If you
Hmm.
actually take one apart, there's a worm gear a reduction system in there with three
Wow.
smaller gears and in a ring, and so it is considered a high speed, high RPM, high torque starter. So I mean, it can take an awful beating.
And keep on ticking though. That's again,
Mhm.
I've never replaced one, so I found that odd that all those doom and gloom prediction was going to come to true. You know, starter. Have yet to do one. I'm still doing starters on the regular.
No, but I do warn you, don't try a remanufactured one. They are terrible.
Remanufactured what starter?
I when I do replace them, I go new dealer only.
Okay. I was getting to that. As far as your part selection, you like OEM or Derman or AutoZone down the street? Does it matter with you?
I don't know if you have in your area Car Parts Warehouse.
No,
Is that
never heard of 'em. Car Parts Warehouse.
Car Parts Warehouse? Napa's second choice.
Now we got
Uh,
an
O'Reilly's is third. AutoZone is fourth, and then we have one here local called Detroit Auto Parts. That's probably comes in fourth.
okay. Now I know we touched on twos a little bit. Okay. Now, and I know you're aware that there's up and coming mechanics. How do you feel about them shopping at Harbor Freight, places like Harbor Freight and Northern? I mean,
I had to make an injector removal tool for the Jaguar for that the injectors were actually the direct injectors were stuck in the heads. So I
uh,
went to Harbor Freight, bought vice grips, ground them down, welded a nut, got a slide hammer, and got those injectors out from Harbor Freight because the tool was only available through Jag. So what are you going to do? You just have to make what you can, and so I did. I made a tool.
okay, but you're not against advising young mechanics to simply go to Harbor Freight to get tools to get started. Is what
Uh, yes and no. I mean, it's the good. Are you using air or are you using electric? Because it makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, man. I
I
pretty much
mean, my
80%.
Milwaukee's can kill a socket.
What?
My Milwaukee's freshly rebuilt, and I could bust a socket, even an impact rated one, no time from Harbor
Wow.
Freight. But I mean, my Matco ones, they're warranted forever. So if I do break one, come Friday, boom, he's just gonna replace it. I could just give him a text and say, hey, I broke a number blah 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 18
Right.
impact swivel. Bring me another one. Okay, gotcha. No problem. Boom. Friday, I got another one.
Well, what's the percentage you at now as far as do you ever pull down the air hose? Do you ever grab the air hose to use it? I guess to put air in the tires with that haven't fully gone electric yet, but yeah, most mechanics are converting over to electric.
I use air for my impact. As far as the impact chisel, definitely use air for an impact chisel.
Okay, yeah,
My drill is air driven.
I forgot about
But
that.
my half inch gun for tires is electric. That's a Milwaukee, and my ratchet is actually I splurged. I got a Mac 3/8 ratchet with two batteries and a charger, and that thing is unstoppable. I could bust off a spark plug if I'm not careful. I mean, it'll just ripping and stripping.
What do you think about this advice? This is my buddy Dart Hemmett. He's advising for me to simply start working on classic since electric car is going to take over.
Darth, yes. Uh, Well, what kind of electric? I mean, are we talking a fuel cell electric, or are we talking battery pack electric like Tesla uses? Because there's a distinct difference between the two.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, when you got Jason, the word recall to some people it's a bad word. It's a bad sign. It's a bad everything. It's a painful word to some people. I've always said recalls is not a bad thing, but Tesla have a number of recalls out. Does that make them a bad? Does that make that a bad product because there's so many recalls? Um,
Well, the Takata airbags, yes, because
oh wow,
people fear driving a car and airbag going off on them. So, I mean, yeah, that could be a bad recall, but it's more of a safety thing. At least the company has your safety in mind, and
I be
they're
saying
willing
that
to
all the time.
recall it to fix it.
Yeah, I say that all the time. On top of that, it's free, but people I wouldn't buy that because they got too many recalls. It's not
Oh, you gonna give me a
technically
free converter? I'm on that. Hey, you gonna recall my converter?
yeah, the
Sure.
check converter. Yeah, stuff like that. People think it's a bad car because the
No.
car maker offering a free recall. I don't get that, but it's crazy, man. But
Yeah, but
anything
Kia's
else?
had a lot of problems with the brake lines and them failing and catching fire.
Who's
So I
this?
mean that's a definite safety recall that
Oh
needs to be
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Kia got a lot of problems with the theft and all that stuff. They
Actually, I fix them. I fix them with a boat switch. I drill a new hole. I hide it in the center box, and
mm.
I key up two relays. I key up a primary and a secondary ignition relay, and that way, I put a fake button in the column, so that way, when people go and get in them, they see the button and they freak out and they go, "Oh, there's no key to turn,"
All
and then they leave
right.
it alone. I charge I charge about $700 to do that fix.
Oh wow. I'm sure you know this guy, right? Fluffy Mexican. Now, I would say this. I don't know if this was a call out video or what. Fluffy did a shorts video. I saw it today, I think. Uh, something about God in the manual transmission. Do you recall commenting on one of his videos? He did a shorts on it. Something about a manual transmission y'all was doing, speaking about, and he found the shortcut way to do something. I can't remember what it was. I thought I was gonna remember it by the time you got here, but you know Fluffy, dog, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Him and I have a pretty good ongoing relationship. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a really great guy.
Oh, that's my dude, man. Hey, Fluff Dog, appreciate the donation, man. Yes, hanging with the lady who birthed
Thanks,
me.
Fluff.
Mother, you got to hang with mom. Tell mom's online mechanic tips said hello. Hey guys, this is why I was late. I was over there checking out my man Alex the car guy channel. He did a live stream. Y'all know him and his the missus. Okay, I don't know the missus name, so we refer to her as the missus. They came on at 7. So I was so glad he didn't come on at 8 because we'd have been butting heads. But yeah, Alex came on at 7, and I was over there watching him, and I forgot. He reminded me that I got a live stream to do my damn self. So let me get over here. But he touches on a lot of things. Q&A. Him and his wife tag team Q&A. That's my dude, man. Alex, the car doctor. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. All right, that's what's up. I love recalls. That's guaranteed appointments. Upsells, break. Hey, Jason, when you bring a car in the shop, no matter what the complaint is, tell me y'all look it over, right? For potential.
We actually have a system called Shop Monkey where once we input the VIN, it's going to tell me everything about that car, whether it was in an accident, recalls, history with us, history with
What?
anybody who's put a hand on that. As long as it's reported, it's basically a reverse Carfax.
Oh wow. Now I uploaded a video. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you was mentioning that when you talked about it. That converter video that lady came in and got. A lot of people in the comment section was upset at the shop for putting that converter on her car.
Hmm.
They was thinking that that shop should have known she had a converter recall. Do y'all is that y'all responsibility to let the customer know, ma'am, we don't want your $1,000 because you have a free recall? I don't know if any shop's gonna normally just do that. You know,
That's difficult. That's difficult because that's part of the right to repair in a way where you have to pay to access that information currently.
oh
So independent shops aren't necessarily going to know that that recall even exists unless they pay into the system. It's part of
hmm,
our Shop Monkey app, and it helps a lot where I'm not replacing something that is actually under warranty, and I can inform them, print out the recall or
right.
warranty, um, the chain, and then give them a copy of it and say, look, you need to take this to Audi, you need to take this to Chrysler, you need to take this to GM, whoever, Cadillac, and boom, just give this a service guy and they'll handle it.
Yeah, they was criticizing that shop pretty hard as if the shop was doing a bad deed or a scam deed by not alerting her that she had a recall. And I'm not sure the shop even knew. Now you gotta be careful with my videos because it depends on my motives. If my motives is to get views, then yeah, I'm just gonna let the video go where it may. But at the end of the day, I still don't. I'm not sure that's the shop's. The shop's not required to hold your hand, lady. You a grown lady. You know what I'm saying? You got a recall on your car that you didn't know about. You took it to this shop to find out what's wrong with it and fix it. It's not that they scam you. Hell, we don't even know if they
Mm.
knew. You know what I'm saying? So everybody yelling out scam, they scam, she should sue them. How's she gonna sue them? Oh no. And she couldn't take the converter back because we had to have something to turn in as a core. So it's crazy, man. But
I wouldn't call it negligence, JT. It's more of an ignorant thing where you haven't
if
really
they knew though, right?
know,
Right.
but
But
you should know. I mean, if you're a competent shop on a certain level,
right.
not a, not just like a sketchy shop, but one the minimum standards. There should be minimum standards, and there isn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cause I was like, cut the shop some slack, man. I was getting a little upset at the people in the comments section, but I don't know.
Mm.
It's crazy, man. I got a free converter from Chrysler. Well, now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you know. It's not that Chrysler is generous, right? They're not just giving out converters because they nice, right? It's a lot has to do with the law, all right? On any recall, basically.
Well, the EPA can step in and say you didn't do so many vehicles, they're polluting at some point, the catalyst is melted down. But then you also got to see the flip side of this where they're preventing engine failure because the back pressure generated could wear the engine out 10 times quicker. Exhaust has nowhere to go. It's going to back up, blow the EGR valve off its seat, and that exhaust has to go back into the intake. And now all
Oh,
of a sudden the engine is running at a very high carbon rate. The exhaust
yeah,
gases are that are hot as can be are getting back into the intake, and the engine's got to do something. I mean, and you're just pushing the pedal harder, going, "Where's my power going?
right.
Why gotta step harder to get up this hill?" Well, the converter is restricted, and Chrysler's duty is to replace that to prevent engine failure.
Yeah, it's in their best interest to do something too at that point. Wow.
Especially if the vehicle's still under warranty, they don't want to be giving out engines. Converter is a lot cheaper than an engine.
All right, listen, this guy Baja, have you heard of the term turbo encapsulator? I don't know, still don't to this day don't know if Fluffy ever got that joke, but Baja was messing with Fluffy. Fluffy, a young guy, he brought up turbo encapsulator. It's an old jokey joke thing. But hey, look, Fluffy was on a live stream. Fluffy was going, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. It was like, don't worry about it, dog. You're still kind of young, but we pick on him
Yeah,
from time to time.
that's Bahaha Automotive. He's hysterical.
That's a Subaru guy, I think. I think that's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, he's got some great vids going out there. Yeah, I comment on his too. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's
a really
tough.
good guy.
So you're pretty active on just on a lot of channels. Have you ever thought about doing your own channel?
Actually, you know what? My boss just said the other day, especially this Jag, that I got to make some videos because it's just too good. If people wouldn't believe some of the work that we do, we just tear.
Right.
I've sent you pictures, and you comment,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, were you knuckle deep in what?" And just I do it on a daily basis. That's just what I do, and that's why I'm got two shops jobs,
Wow.
specialist alignments, and then an everything shop. So I'm in demand. There's nobody who wants to do this job up here in Cleveland. Just
So
people who want to get their hands dirty.
do we see a Jason Pocaro channel in the near future? I mean, what's
Yeah,
really happening?
I'm thinking about it. I just got this microphone and I got a brand new camera set up just for you today.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. I thought I had those. You sent that through my email, didn't you, on those pictures? Because that was a timing chain on something you was doing. I can't remember what it was. I think you was doing a timing chain
Yeah, I
on
was doing a timing chain on an F-150 with both the VVTs. The chain on the passenger side had ate its way into the front cover, and we
ooh,
found aluminum in the pan when we were doing a pan job. So it turned from a $300 oil pan job into a $3,000 engine rebuild. But we
uh,
saved the guy because the engine's
oh,
$9,000, not including putting it in. Then a back-to-back timing chain was that Jaguar. the supercharged Jaguars under insurance. Um, they're paying $4,000 something insurance claim.
Oh,
And everything's got to come from Jag, but unfortunately they sent me the wrong intake cams. I've got 4 exhaust cams, so I got to call. I got to call Jag back in the morning and tell them they messed up. Part numbers aren't correlating.
uh,
Yeah.
they usually get right on it. When they
Yeah, our dealer contacts, they'll fix any problem within
okay. What we got going
a
on
day.
here?
Right a week. Oh, that was the
What we
Dodge
got going on
all
here?
rear arms had fallen out of. I did the other day at the alignment shop, and that's what it was doing to the inside edges of the tires. It was eating them. She had done come for 6 rear sets of tires
Whoa.
in a 6-month period, and she got sick of replacing these tires, and we weren't going to warranty them anymore, and said, look, either you fix the problem. Yeah, that's the driver's side where the cordage was all the way down past the meat to the first layer of reinforcement.
So that's gonna put camera back to where it should be after the alignment because ain't no adjustment, right?
Yeah. Oh, there actually is adjustment for both. There's an aftermarket arm available from Moog where it's got a lock collar in the top where you can push the camber back out.
Oh wow.
But there is technically only a toe adjustment. It's a 180-degree sliding cam for toe. The toe wasn't the problem in that particular case. You could see the side wear in those rear tires, and it was even. That's what was amazing. Was it was even wear.
I was trying to find them other pictures you sent me. I think you sent it through Facebook. Yeah,
No, I definitely sent them through Gmail. Yeah, there was some timing pictures.
Is it before that those tires or after?
Oh, the tires were after, so it's going to be before. It's going to be down.
Yeah, I don't see no.
Probably about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, it must be on the other page. All right, independent shop. What is this guy talking about? Need to subscribe to a service to see the vehicle inquiry. Okay, and that subscription. Correct. That's a paid thing. That ain't nothing free, right? That's a lot. That's probably what turned a lot of people off. If it's something that's got to be paid.
Yeah, it's a paid service. It should be free, and because it's basically public knowledge, but it's not.
Well, it's not. Well, let me ask you this: scan tools. What's your go-to scan tool? What you use? What's in your toolbox?
Fluffy just had me buy the new launch. I spent $175 on a brand new launch that Fluffy had on his channel about a month ago. Okay. And I really like it. It's very handy. It's quick. Gives me a full system scan in the course of maybe 2 minutes. And it prevents me from pulling out the mother box and going through all that and typing on it.
Now, you one of the guys that also criticized me, not so much criticize, but or ask me, like when I'm doing a misfire, you would bring up the use of a scope. You must be a big scope guy. Is that safe to say?
Yes.
You pull out that damn scope.
Yeah, the oscilloscope is bulletproof. You can see a misfire the computer can't, because the knock sensor, especially once it's past 80,000 miles, it generates an electricity through what's called a piezo crystal. And the piezo crystal doesn't last forever. And I don't know anyone that has a time frame to replace knock sensors, but they should be on a replaced scale at maximum 80,000 miles. It shouldn't go much further than that. But people generally don't ever replace them unless there's a code for them.
Wow, man. I went to class on the scope use.
And by then it's too late. It's not giving you a signal at all.
I just haven't had a real good reason to pull out the scope. I mean, you just got to go get it and then you set it up and use it. But we such in speed mode to where the old way we was doing things hasn't completely failed us yet. I get criticized for still whipping out a compression gauge. You don't even use compression gauge anymore, do you? You're scoping, right?
No. If we have a head gasket issue,
yeah,
where we've got boil over or a high temp situation where there's no coolant in a system. I had a BMW came in the other day with no coolant in it. It actually melted the coolant reservoir bottle. I pulled all the plugs out and did a compression test, and it failed. Cylinder 4 failed miserably. It had 25 psi. That was it.
Oh, okay. So you do have some reasons to pull out. Now, did we cover all of these? It was one of them. I have been in the industry three decades. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes,
How
since the
about,
'90s. Yeah.
yeah? What is the difference between a mechanic and a technician? What are realistic expectations for both? What is the pay difference? We didn't touch on that. Pay difference between the two. What say you?
Uh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Pay difference is definitely. At the dealership, you could starve, or it could be a feast, because you can get an easy job that you did in half the time, or you get a bunch of warranty work that pays half and bogs you down for days at a time. Uh, Engine job, some tranny jobs only pay half, especially if they're warranty. You're really 3 hours to pull a tranny under warranty. I mean, that's ridiculous. Um, but you got to take the good with the bad at a dealer. You're going to get
Yes.
some dirt work, and then you're going to get some gravy work. Now,
Yes.
independent shops is the other end of the spectrum. You're not only paid by the hour, but generally you're paid some sort of commission. At least you should be. Um, that you're paid some kind of percentage of what the parts are marked up, or the labor. Um, and then into chain stores, usually you have sales goals, and if you hit that sales goal, then you're good. I mean, you're going to get a bonus. You hit that sales goal. Places like Midas, Firestone, NTV, they have sales goals. You have to sell 20 tires a month, 20 oil changes a month, and say 10 brake jobs, and then you hit your sales goal.
Oh, interesting. And then number four, you had ASC certification, a bonus or burden. I didn't know ASC can be a burden. What does
Well, if
that
you're the only one that's certified in a shop
mean?
situation, you're the go-to guy, and you're supposed to know what's going on, even if you're just thrown into the mix of someone who can't diagnose something.
Right,
Oh, you're certified in this. You should know manual transmissions. What's wrong with this car? And
right.
then it could be a burden where you're the go-to guy. You're it.
Oh, wow. I what is this? I thought cat was warranty for 150,000. No, 150 is kind of a lot, ain't it? It's normally 880 or something like that. Emission
Uh,
warranty.
no, because EPA in certain circumstances, like Volkswagen was cheating on their emissions tests, so they upped
What?
it to like 15 years or unlimited mileage on some Volkswagens.
They
Yeah,
was
they were caught
cheating.
cheating where when
Oh
you go
my
to plug in the
goodness.
ALDL, it would go into like a limp mode.
Wow. Wow.
So EPA came down on them very hard. I believe that was one of the most fines repetitive to the same corporation from the U.S. government was for Volkswagen
Oh my
for
goodness.
emissions failures.
Man. They had to recall all those that was affected. Go back for them and get them or something like that. Wow.
Yes, but the caveat in that was you had to be the original owner. If you were a secondary or
Oh,
tertiary owner, you didn't get it.
yeah, that's kind of right. That is a caveat. I can say the crib has been good at sending me any recalls in the mail. Now that could be a challenging thing because a lot of people move and a lot of the database not correct, and I don't know why somebody wouldn't get their recall notification in the mail, but I'm sure it could happen. I don't know
in
how.
due, well, there's a due diligence law that says the dealer is supposed to look up the last address that the vehicle was titled or registered to. So they're supposed to not assume that your last address was correct, and they're supposed to verify before they send out the notice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're
But
right.
there's no
Yeah.
enforcement on that.
I, Jaguars did what? There's another car. If you can't afford it new, you can't afford it used. What is your these import cars? These cars like this used car. You big at buying these cars used because the previous owner could have really did a number on these things, man. That's the only risk,
Oh,
you know.
uh, BMW, Range Rover,
Yeah,
Land Rover, Mercedes. If you're buying something that high end and you're not getting a warranty, I mean, run like your legs are on fire. Just run away. You're going to get burnt. It's a guaranteed. You don't know the service history. You don't know the maintenance history. You don't know the recall history. You're going in blind on that one, JT.
yeah,
That's bad news on every direction.
it's a risk. Now I don't know if y'all saw those shorts today. I was at Pull Apart today, and I was in the BMW section. There was quite a few over there that didn't look. I guess they got mechanical problems internally, but as far as body, you would think a mechanic would jump on those and they'll do what they need to do. But I've heard horror stories about people trying to repair those, bring them back to life. So But
The worst thing really is some kind of unknown electrical problem
unknown
that could be
electrical.
found,
Yeah.
and those computers are so interlinked to one another that one bad wire can wreak havoc in those cars. Just one
Now,
bad wire.
now the king of the amount of cars was out there. I ain't gonna. It's no big deal. It's Chrysler. Chrysler had like 3 rows. Ford had quite a few rows, and over there in the GM section, there was a lot. I guess it depends on who made the most cars during that era, because you can imagine what was in the Chrysler section, PT Cruisers and things like that. Those cars are gone, but there wasn't many cars in the Toyota section or the Nissan section or whatever import section in general. But I did see quite a few of those BMWs in there. Um, who knows why? I always thought a car end up in a salvage yard because it's total body damage. But yeah, that's not the reason I sent mine over there. I just didn't have nothing else to do with mine. So
Well, you're down south, correct?
yeah, Georgia. Uh,
Okay. See, I'm in Cleveland, so I see more SUVs and trucks than cars. So I'm going to see more F-150s. I'm going to see more SUVs than I am cars at all. And so with that, I mean, you're dealing with on the Rust Belt that doesn't help at all. So I mean, you get one nut that'll hold you up on a CV axle, will hold you up all day. You literally got to tear it off or just melt it and then drive
wow, wow. Well, let me shout out to
it through
Eric
the hub
Motion,
and
my
without trying to
dude.
ruin it just to get a
Eric
CV
Motion.
axle up here sometime.
Oh let me shout out to Eric Motion. Eric, appreciate I got me a Chrysler. It seats about 20, so hurry up and get your jukebox money. What's up? Eric Motion, appreciate the donation, man. That goes back into the channel. We're gonna do a live stream giveaway soon coming up on the 200,000 mile mark. I pretty much might as well. Jason, when did you jump on board? Oh man, it felt like I went from 70,000 to 120 in no time. So I don't know when people like jumped on board. I heard a guy comment, "Man, I remember when you only had 20,000 subscribers." And it wasn't that long time ago. But he's just saying. So I don't know when you jumped on board, but I
You,
sure.
you had less than you had about 40K, I think. You were pretty established by then, but now you've tripled,
Well,
almost quadrupled that number
yeah,
already.
man.
It's
Yeah, and
amazing.
it's not. That's what's crazy, man. Like some of the crazy comments that results in arguments. Like I'm never gonna win those guys over anyway. But it always boosts the video up to astronomical height to where a gazillion other people watches it and latch on. So I'm like thinking I'm never gonna win you over anyway. I might as well tell you a piece of my mind of what I really think. So that's why I hope nice people ignore the argument comments, right? Because that's just another side of JT that I really didn't want to bring to light, but some guys push me to that. You know what I'm saying? I've never been the one to curse and just cuss somebody out, but like it's only so much a guy can take. And I hope like nice cats don't don't ever see that side of JT, but I have no way to hide it. So it's out there for the public. Are you talking about the community post I posted? Yeah, Fluffy on the road. I think the knock sensor was bad on my
Hey,
neon. Dark man, I saw like 5 neons out there. I shouted you out on one of the short video. Dark man, where you at, man? Those neons. You was around in the neon days? Yeah, you know about those single overhead?
the Saturn SL1s and SL2s.
Yeah, timing belt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I had done a bunch of. Hey, Jason, I saw a lot of 2.7 liter engines out there with the timing chain all busted up. That's the right spot for those cars. Anything that had that all aluminum 2.7 liter engine pull apart is exactly the right spot for that. A scope and a fly swatter can diagnose a misfire in seconds. That's what I keep hearing. Just, I guess, what is it going to take me to convert, Jason?
uh, that's a trick question. Come on now.
I just ain't there yet, Jason. I be wanting to get on the technology bandwagon. And you know what?
It's how much you want to invest. I mean, this
No,
is a
we got
lifestyle at this
one.
point.
It was essential. Every dealer had to have one. We got one. It's just what is it going to take me to go get it and whip it out and help me diagnose a car? You know what I'm saying? Because the old way hasn't failed me yet.
At some point, there's going to be a car that's going to drive you batty. that
Yes.
you're just going to give up and go, okay, all right, I got to get the tool
Yeah.
and test it further. And
Yeah.
I've had certain vehicles do that and ended up being the spark plug failed between the porcelain and the insulator. The crimp was actually failing and it was blowing hot
Wow.
exhaust gases up and melted the coil to the plug. And I had to get it out with PB Blaster and a coat hanger and a drill and had to drill out the melted rubber just to get a spark plug socket on the spark plug. And it drove everyone in the shop crazy for almost 2 days. We could not figure out what was wrong with this car. And the worst thing was it was under the intake manifold, so it had to be decapitated to even get to the coil.
Wow. Yes, I get beat up all the time. Every misfire video I put up that I don't have a scope out, I be hearing it from I don't know if you know Ivan from Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostic. He a really cool dude. He dogged me out all JT, when you gonna get a scope? Mr. Ivan, I got a scope. It's just I haven't found the real hardcore reason to pull it out. I guess I eventually uh jump on the band. I'm sure Baja, big scope guy. You scope guys, man. I don't like none of y'all, man. Y'all just head of the pack for me. But I'm sure those days coming, man. Wrench and Mafia, what's up, man? Anybody? This video this guy put out went viral, right? Where he stuck a screwdriver in the oil filter and let it drain out before he made a mess. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm still upset at myself for that, but that was a brilliant video, my dude. Wrench and Mafia. All right, what are we else? Where else we at? Anything else? You got any final thoughts, Jason? Because I sure as hell appreciate you coming on, man.
Tools. Lot of comments on tools. I
Mhm.
mean, it's basically what you budget for, and you only need a medium box and tool cart to start. You don't need to get something fancy like Fluff's got. I mean, even if you bought something from Menards or Harbor Freight, it's got a lock on it. It works. Generally, the guys that you're going to work around, they're not going to steal from you. They might ask you to borrow something, but even if I ask to borrow something
Yeah,
or someone borrows something for me, they give it right back when they're done with it. Never have to worry about my tools disappearing. Um,
right.
but you want sockets, wrenches, impact in 3/8 and half inch. The biggest decision is going to be air versus battery power. That depends on the shop that you're in, because independent shops generally don't have good air compressors. There's a ton of water in them, and the airlines aren't maintained. They got rust in them.
Cheap
So
out on the
you
compressor.
might go to electric out of necessity, not really you want to, but you want your tools to last. And I do recommend Milwaukee. I mean, they do have a great 5-year warranty on about anything you buy from them.
Wow, you a Milwaukee guy?
Yeah.
Because of the convenience and the ease, and where you go run down to Home Depot and get anything Milwaukee nowadays.
No, we actually have a Milwaukee repair center here in Valley View, which is about
Wow,
20 minutes from where I work. So if it breaks, I'm down there before they close at the end of the day. I'm like, here, fix this.
man, that's what's up, man. That is what's up.
Pow. I get it back the next day.
Okay, BMWs are horrible. If the owner has any questions on recall, typically the manufacturer will let you run your VIN to see. Man, it is so easy to find out if your car has a recall on it. I'm gonna have to find that link and just post it on my website. You want to know
Yeah,
your
as I said, that's public knowledge. That's
it's
mandated by
easy. So
the government.
if anybody getting tricked, not I don't even call it a trick or a scam. If anybody getting, I can't condone knowingly ripping somebody off by putting a cat on knowing there's a recall, but you shouldn't. It shouldn't even get to that point. You should. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a sensitive topic, so I'll just leave it alone. But BMWs are horrible. What the hell do that mean? I wouldn't know, dude. I've been driving Chrysler. The only other car I have is that Nissan red truck that I have. Other than that, I've been Dodge for the last 2, 3 decades. All right. So yes, they have their problems. What are you seeing the most in your shop, Jason? As far as the car maker with the most problems? And please don't say the ticker, the 36 ticker, or the Hemi ticker.
No, no. Believe it or not, no. We get a lot of the GDI that General Motors has, both the turbo and the
Oh,
non-turbo versions. They seem to be consuming oil at a very rapid pace up here, and it's internal, because when you do a compression check on them, you get low compression almost on the center two cylinders more than the outer two cylinders. So there's obviously some kind of problem going on either with heat generated by the motor or or something. There's just something I'm not sure exactly. Design failure, maybe, or maybe those piston skirts are moving around too much and it's just wearing the block.
Hmm.
But we've taken borescope pictures of them inside the motors, and there's scarring uh, inside the motors when they're consuming oil.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not no one particular car maker you see a lot of repairs with.
No,
Off.
but then again, we work on everything under the sun.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Now I will say this
I mean, it doesn't
because
matter what it
people
is. We'll work on it. Short of maybe a
people
Lamborghini or a Maserati.
people always clowning about they always replacing oil filter adapter houses on the Pentastar. I will say this: one reason for that is because there's a gazillion of those cars out there with that engine in it. Okay, so it's all about percentage. If it's 10 million cars out there with a Pentastar in it, and you getting 1% of them breaking down, that seemed like a lot. But remember, the percentage of those that's out there is so high. So if you go from a percentage standpoint, it may not be that amount. But yeah, they could have they redesigned that filter adapter housing, but that ain't enough to please people. They stuck on that Dermot aluminum, and
We do about one of them a month. I mean,
so
it's we see them, but not on a regular.
what
Not
parts
at
do
this
you?
point. They've cured them over the last 3 or 4 years. They've figured out the design
Yeah,
issue with them, and they corrected it.
but they redesigned, but you know the fact that they still plastic, even if it's a better plastic, that still ain't enough to win some mechanics over. What do you what parts are you use? Grab the aluminum Derman or the OEM plastic one?
No, I'm in your boat. I'm gonna go with Chrysler.
OEM.
85% of the time, depending on the person's budget, I'll use a secondary supplier, but only at the customer's request. And I will put the dealer's part number, price, and then put declined by customer. That
Oh,
way, if that thing does leak, you're paying me to do it again.
right, right. That makes sense. Okay. I'm down here at the very bottom because it is 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to hold Mr. Jason, but Ruley 73. The problem with the GMDI 2.4 engine is the PCV valve offers become clogged and it snowballs from there.
Yes, that is a common failure. It's the size of a tip of a pen, and it should be a lot larger. One of the cures is to drill that out to a quarter, I believe.
Right.
Drill that hole out to a quarter inch. It does create more bypass, but it creates less problems in the end.
Interesting. Jason, man, dude, like I said, this is the first time I'm meeting you, man. Like I said, I appreciate it. I don't know if you was around doing that intro. I was telling people how you, uh, was making comments in the video, either adding to it or, correcting or either way. And I was saying that how much I appreciate it. Or you have any final thoughts? Because we usually wrap this up like 9 o'clock.
Warranty. I know you mentioned that earlier, but
Mhm.
not just the warranty as the vehicle, but warranty on your tools.
Oh yeah.
Don't bypass that. If you're going to get a lifetime warranty on a tool, I mean that means a lot because I mean this kid. I should say kids, but the teenagers and the early 20 guys that are going, this is a career choice. You want longevity, and so you want your tools to be strong and last as long as you do in the field. So don't neglect that lifetime warranty. It's may seem like a few dollars, but in the end, it's always worth it.
Okay. Power Stroke Jude. What's going on, man? Appreciate that donation. Got my man Jason Pocaro on as a guest. All right. We've been trying to set this up for a while, guys. We just scheduling conflict. Okay.
Thanks,
I
JT. I've
finally
been busy.
I finally heard from Keith, guys. Keith was supposed to be on last week. He flew in late or something like that. Okay. I was just happy to hear from him. I didn't want to believe he just stood me up because I Keith not that type of guy. So we got to reschedule that. Okay. I think that topic we was talking about something else. I can't remember what it was. I didn't want to tackle that by myself. So I brought on Fluffy and Keith, but something emergency came up. But I did hear from him. We're gonna end up rescheduling that again for later. Mr. Jason Pocaro, ladies and gentlemen, if you know who's this, Lakes Automotive, what is going on? Do you recognize any of these guys over here? Jason, in the comment section?
Yeah, because I'm usually on your live stream, so I see very familiar names going by.
Yeah, yeah. Jason, still, man, get us some thought, man, as far as that channel, man. You got some knowledge in your head. You got a lot of stuff you can share with the people, man. But and
I was thinking to do videos of just demonstrating the repairs we're doing, not just a commentary, but actually showing people the difficulty of some of the things that we do, the timing jobs, some of the suspension rebuilds.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. But this is I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm in deep, so it's different scenario from me versus somebody coming in. But once you get suckered in and then you find out you love it and you like it and you want to do it, it becomes addictive. So I don't know if you know, I got videos pop up all the time. 3 shorts and a full video every day, and that could take up a lot of time. So, but
I drove all the way to the Micro Center to get this microphone and a brand new camera just for you today.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. Where you at? In a little room in your house in the garage? Or you stationary at?
No, actually, I don't own an apartment or house. I live kind of free range. I've got a 48-foot trailer with my cat. My wife's in the Philippines, so I don't have to pay rent. So I save a lot of money. I'm going to buy a house outright probably in the next month or so. I'm just going to just, wow, here, I want that house.
That's what's up. Well, like I said, who is this? Tim Flanny. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for the donation. Okay, my dude Baja hosting a live training now in. Oh, okay, live training. Tune in. First class is 4 hours of fuel trim diagnosis. Okay. Fuel trim. Where have I heard that from? I think we use the term adaptive memory. Are those the same? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, there's something called long-term and short-term adaptive.
Adaptive and short-term. As that could be that could go either way. You can call it fuel trim. I guess it depends on your scan tool. My scan tool would literally say adaptive memory. Another scan tool may say
depends on the program you're using.
Fuel trim. Okay. But
Jose, they all mean almost exactly the same thing. But
yes,
that can show you. Core money.
Jose Rodriguez. Here's some cool money water. Yeah, man. I'm out, man. Thank you, Jose. All right, I appreciate it, man. Jose tried to buy me some coffee last time. I don't drink no hot coffee, man. It's too hot for my tongue. I can't do it. Jason Pocaro, I appreciate it, man. Any final thoughts? We got to get out of here. I like to go in 1 hour, man. I know them guys, Fluffy and Jude, Power Stroke Jude, they be on for 4-5 hours.
Just keep up the great work, JT. You produce some awesome videos. Just keep up the great work, dude.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And like I say, you one of those guys where I hope you tune out the beefs. Okay, every video you're not gonna like, Jason. I say this all the time. You know, one guy get on there. Oh man, I just love your videos. That's gonna be a video that I post that you might not agree with and you might not like. It's just simple as that. It's just because I do so many, you're never gonna agree with anything. But I appreciate you watching the videos at any rate. So, like I say, the way you respectfully comment, whether it's good or bad, it deserves respect. How can I cuss you out when you respectfully corrected me and I added more to the comment? So that's crazy. Some guys will look at that differently. You don't tell me what to do. I know what the hell. No, man, it ain't like that. I don't know everything. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I need help too. And Jason is my man to jump in. Jason, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. Hey, the stage is yours, man. Whenever you got something on your mind, want to talk about, just hit me up. We can do a live stream. You know, to get this thing up and popping and running. I appreciate everybody in the comments section.
Definitely. I'll keep sending you pictures of some of the funky stuff I get at the shop. I'm sure it'll make you laugh.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Guys, that's all I have, man. Jason, thanks again, man. Let me get out of here. I appreciate it.
Don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe to JT, guys.
Comment, like, and subscribe. That's what I'm talking about. See y'all later, man.
Bye now.